I think it should be going now. And thank you for doing this, Carol. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It's such an honor.
Yeah.
I
And
appreciate
I'll
it.
kind of communicate what's going on in the chat to you.
Perfect.
I think maybe there'll be like 10 people or so like that.
Okay.
I guess I'll see. I'm just still figuring out here we go. Okay. Yep, we are good and we're ready to go now. So, hello everybody. I'm here with my friend Carol Morgan, and Carol is a really phenomenal channeler.
Thank you.
I've had a live session myself with her, and she is just really impressive. And we're just gonna share a couple channeled messages. I'm gonna do one, Carol will do one, and then we'll also feel free to ask us any questions as well. We're gonna do some Q&A. Yeah, and you can ask us any and all questions you may have. I guess, Carol, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, that sounds good. My name is Carol Morgan, and I have been channeling for about 3 years now. I was raised Catholic, so none of this channeling business when I was growing up. I didn't really seek these things, they just found me. And about 2.5 years ago, I was in Taiwan. And during a meditation that Tina Spalding was leading, actually, she was channeling Jesus. During that meditation, I met Zena, and Zena is the blue avian that I now channel. And it was very interesting. Blue avians are not beings of this earth, they're extraterrestrial. And it was a bit of a freaky experience. People think that channeling is all hunky dory and roses and unicorns and rainbows. And I apologize for my dog. This is going to happen on and off. I have a puppy and I'm home alone right now. So I apologize. The barking may happen here and there, but yes, it was kind of freaky for me at first. I wasn't really knowing what was going on, but I went along with it. I figured it out, and it has been quite an amazing experience. So that's what I do now. I also have a corporate job. So I juggle that with my life. I live in the country in Minnesota. I have horses and a very busy life, but that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, awesome, Carol. It's so cool that just kind of, the whole channeling thing kind of happened to you in a way, or it just popped up for you. That's super cool.
It was interesting, definitely.
Yeah. I think, I think I might as well just try doing some channeling myself here. I was telling Carol this earlier. I was planning on just kind of doing live readings like I have typically done, do readings for people and such, and then have Carol bring in Xena at the end and then kind of go like that. But a couple days ago, I felt kind of called to try something different and try channeling myself and just kind of speaking through kind of whatever comes through to me. And there has been this being that's kind of been around me a little bit, and I've heard his name spoken a couple of times for me, and he says his name is Ra. So I'm just gonna right now kind of tune into him and see what he would like to say to all of us now. Yeah. And this is my first time doing like this in like a public setting. So I guess, yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Excited and nervous. That's a very those things go together. Well,
My kiddos call that nervous-sighted.
nervous-sighted.
But
Well,
you
that's
got
funny.
this. You got this.
Okay. Well, alrighty. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of tune in a little bit and go from there. My name is Ra. I've been on this planet before, helping humanity. I'm here now again. It is wonderful to be here with everybody. I'm very excited to speak through this one here. He's been really good at getting out of his comfort zone and just letting things happen. I want everyone here to know that we in the spiritual and non-physical realm see you more as you really are and as the light that you really are and the truth that you really are. It's very hard to see that now when you are here, to see yourselves in this way. You can do this. You can come to see yourself like this. You can come to see the light in each other. We're so happy to be here with you. Huh. And we bid farewell now. And someone else wants to speak too. It is okay, it is okay, it is okay. It is okay to fail, everyone. It is okay to come and sit in front of the camera and just have a big, huge failure. It's just you that sees it as a failure. It is not as such. It doesn't matter. Go, go, go and get out of your comfort zone. Go out there and really, truly live. Because as you do, you will finally feel alive and so fulfilled. And like Grahm said here, being really scared and excited, that's how it works. That's how expanding works. So expand, everybody. Grow. And have fun with it. You can't fail. It doesn't matter if you fail. It's okay. Because you are eternal. We would like to ask some questions or answer some questions. If you have any questions, type them out in the chat. We will wait. Your earth here is populated with many billions of souls. And you all work together to make this all happen. You work together ahead of time and plan things out. You plan out your lives together. You plan out your lessons together. And you plan out a lot of failures and disasters together. What you see now going on in the world is one of those planned disasters where everything is seemingly falling apart. But this was planned. And part of you knows that it was planned. And you know that you kind of wanted this to happen. Something to shake everything up. Don't fall in despair about this, seeing everything crumble. But try to enjoy it, knowing that something better will come out of all of this. We would advise you to get outside more. Nature is a great healer. Sit with the trees with a book. Have the sun shine on your face. Sit there and just relax. And put the world away on a little shelf. And get lost in a world of your own imagination and your own inner soul's joy and just life. So many just perceive everything as the media and the news says it is. But interpret things for yourself. Sit down with yourself and ask yourself how you really feel about these things. State of the world, the coronavirus, politics, the world ending, seemingly ending. Formulate your own opinions. You don't need to rely on others so much, even on these grand scale things. They don't have your best interest in heart. They want you to be scared. You don't want to be scared. So why do you listen? Listen to what they're saying and believe it is as they say it is. We're talking about the media and their handling of the pandemic situation and the narrative that's being run and shown of nonstop fear and need for isolation. We say go out and play. Go out and play outside. Be with those you love. Tune into yourself and see. Find for yourself, is it really reasonable to live like this for an extended period of time, for years, locked down, shut down, and isolated? Is that really what you want to do? Formulate your own opinion. Be courageous and break free from the crowd. The COVID vaccine is something you don't want to take. This one really finds it hard to say that, but listen to yourself and do your own research and come to your own conclusion on this. It's not about health. It's about control. Keep speaking up against that which you think is wrong. Keep standing up for what you believe in. Keep being true to your own self and discover yourself. Who really are you? We come to a close now. Thank you for being here with us. Bye-bye now. Well, all right. That was my first time trying something like that. That was a lot of fun.
Good for you. Good for you. And just in alignment with the conversation that we were having before you went live, is it's so important to stay out of the way when you are channeling, especially when they touch on touchy subjects, unpopular subjects. You know, our
Oh.
conditioning says red flag, don't go there. People are not going to like me. People are going to attack me. I don't
Hmm.
want the responsibility. But really, our job is just to stay out of the way. So you did it. Good
Oh
job.
my God. Yeah. I feel like I could do that forever, kind of, or just keep on going and going.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Wow. That was kind of cool.
That is fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Huh. We don't really got any questions in the chat right now. There's like 15 people watching. Feel free to ask us any questions that you may have, guys. Um, huh. You know, when like just talking about that piece on failure, it was really cool. I was doing this reading, my first paid reading I was doing, maybe a week or two ago. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 10 days ago or so. My first paid reading, and um it was an all right reading, I thought, but I didn't feel like that it was overly helpful, or like I picked up on a lot of great stuff for her. But it was, the nice part about it though was just I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't really care that much, in the sense of just like, well, I mean, whatever, I guess that's what's happening, so I don't really care. I mean, I'd like to get good information, but I mean, this is what's happening, so I'll, whatever, man. I don't feel so upset or down about it, I guess. So yeah, that's been nice for me.
Good for you. Good for you. Yes, detachment from the outcome is important, again, as we were just discussing. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy because we all have expectations, and we know that there are expectations of us and of our work. So very often we get in our own way, we get in our minds, which is not where we need to be. We need to be in our hearts. And that's where things start going astray, is when you are in your mind, when you're in your head, and
Hmm.
you're in your own way. And that doesn't just apply to channeling, it applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you talked about coming from the heart more, and I've been more mindful of doing that. And it just feels like life is more fun when I'm more focused on my heart and just on like love, I guess, and being loving. I don't know. Instead of being more in my mind and trying to like do the right intuitive thing, and like, but like kind of I guess I've been accessing my intuition more through my heart than through like my mind.
Well, and that's where it
And
is.
that's been nice, because I've been doing it through my mind, or I don't know, like, yeah, just like up in my head, it's more like, it feels more like orders, kind of, and more I guess stressful,
Well,
maybe.
the connection with spirit is through the heart. And I don't know
Mm,
if you have read or seen this study. There is a scientific study that was done where they were presenting the subjects with different pictures or different sceneries. And interestingly enough, they were able to capture that the heart would react before the brain would when presented with a scene that was upsetting. So that even before the picture was flashed, the heart would react, and then the brain would interpret the information, and then, you know, the change in the brain waves would register. But the heart came first, which is, it's astronomical. That just goes to show, even scientifically, that the heart is connected to something larger than us, something that we really don't understand.
Mm.
So that is it with the brain. When you are really in your heart and when your intentions are pure, you just let go. You just allow and you trust. That's what you do. But when you're up here, you want to be in control. And the truth of the matter is that we really are not in control. So we just drive ourselves nuts and make our own hearts, our own lives harder for nothing.
Mm. I think that's kind of funny. You said we're not actually in control. I hadn't thought of it like that, but you're kind of right. We're not really in control of kind of the flow of our lives like we'd like to be, maybe. Yeah. So what is some cool stuff you've been doing with Xena lately?
Well, Zena's always busy. So I have been channeling a lot for people. I actually I'm a health coach as well, and I actually closed my health coaching practice indefinitely because I feel that this time in consciousness is a very charged one. It's a very intense one, and I was getting a lot of questions from people that are distressed, people that just don't know what's going on right now, or disillusioned or whatnot. So I realized that I was going to be of more help to people right now if I'm channeling rather than if I'm helping them with health issues. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of sessions. It's been interesting because I have a full-time job, again, as I said before. So I've been juggling a lot, but I've been doing that. And then I'm also focusing on my partnership with 4 other beautiful beings that are helping me bring Zena's work out into the world. We, I transmit attunements for Zena. These are these bright,
Oh,
like
I
this.
was going to wear my shirt today.
You know what? So was I. And I totally forgot. I totally forgot.
I want to find it. I got it in my dresser. I'm just going to go grab it real quick.
You are so sweet. Thank you. Yes, I totally forgot as well. I was going to wear it and ask me if I remembered.
This is it. This is the one Carol gave me.
That is awesome.
That's just so cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and you got one up on the wall behind you too.
Yes, the one that you have is called Balance, and I transmitted that one in England. This one is called Contact, and I transmitted that one in the Black Hills of South Dakota. It has the energy of the Black Hills. This one right here, I also transmitted in England. This one's called In Due Time. So yes, I have been busy with this, trying to get this work out in the world. These energy attunements help clear the way. They don't upgrade your energy because upgrades require your participation and your permission, if you will. These don't. These just clear the way. They just allow you to clear the gook, if you will, so that you can experience energy at its maximum manifestation, so, or expression. So that's what they're for. And I've been very busy with my partners figuring out what is the best way to get them out. So that's what we're working on. We have a website, xinaallen.com, XINAALLEN.com, and that's where you can find our work. So that's what we've been up to.
Hey, Carol, I don't even know, what is your full-time job that you have?
I work at a technology company. I'm a compensation manager. So I work in finance, reporting, data analysis, and numbers in general.
Huh.
Yes, I've been doing that my whole career in one way or another. I started in banking and financial analysis, and I moved to this. It's a great job. It pays the bills, but my heart is doing this. That's what I truly am enjoying, is helping people um, find their way in their spiritual journey and help them in their ascension.
And do you feel like have you been considering at all doing like full-time channeling stuff?
Perhaps I don't feel that that is going to be it quite yet.
Mm.
Perhaps at some point, I do feel that there is still quite a bit that I need to do in the corporate world, in mainly in the department of bringing light to the corporate world that can be so cutthroat and so unloving. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I do see that that will fall away at some point. I just don't know when, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself or any deadlines. I'm just allowing. But yeah, at some point it will probably fall away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you maybe want to bring Xena through for a little bit?
Sure thing. Sure thing. I can talk a little bit about Xena for those of
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Why don't you?
Yeah, for those of you that are not familiar with Xena, again, he is an ET. He is a blue avian, introduced to me via a meditation. I thought it was a vision that I had, but later I learned that it was actually an out of body experience. That was my first one, and it's the only one I've had. Pretty wild. I met him in the Swiss Alps, which very interesting. And he is the general of the Blue Avian Peace Army, which is actually pretty interesting. He communicates with me telepathically, so I hear him all the time. I don't have to close my eyes, so very often I'm having a conversation and I'm just delivering information for him. But when I do things like this, I do close my eyes because I don't like to get distracted and I don't like to get in the way. So that's the easiest way to get out of the way.
I want to ask one question too,
Yeah.
because you just mentioned like when you're talking with other people in conversations and he's like talking to them, like how often does that happen?
All the time.
Really? And so can you explain that a little more? Like what's it like? He's just like say this or
Yes, if well, I just hear like if I'm having a conversation and you're telling me that you're having a tough time,
mm-hmm.
that this week you've been out of sorts and that you don't know what's going on, then I get this, he needs to be outside more. So I just ask you, have you thought of being outside more?
I think I do need to be outside more.
Too below outside right now, but I have been going outside 20 times a day with the new puppy. But yeah, so I hear that all the time. Very often people contact me via text and we're just having a conversation and I hear something and I just put it on text, and very often they don't know where it's coming from. Often they might know, but very often I just allow for the information to come through, especially if they are not people that are believers in extraterrestrials or non-physical communication or whatever the case may be. I deliver it in a way that it is helpful to them, yet they don't know what the source is. Very often it's the same idea with the attunements. It's for them. It's for them to get the benefit of it, but they don't really know where it's coming from, what it is. They just don't know. It just comes.
Yeah.
So yes, that's basically how it happens. So that is Xena, or in a nutshell, that's what Xena is. So I'm just gonna let him come in. Are there any questions on the chat, or should I just?
There isn't,
Okay.
everyone's just kind of hanging out. There's well, Carol doesn't have Facebook, so she doesn't see the chat or anything. But there's 15 people watching, so.
Okay, well, let's see. There is a reason why those 15 are here. So let's see what Xena has to say.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Xena. My name is Xena Allen, indeed. And what a beautiful communion. It is always a pleasure for us to have the opportunity to communicate with beings that are curious. It is curiosity that has brought most of the beings here at this time space together. And we love it. Curiosity did not kill the cat, dear beings. Curiosity got the cat a new pair of boots. So we say to you, get curious. Do not put the autopilot on or the cruise control on if what you are wanting is an experience that is going to help you expand and grow. If what you really want is that, then we suggest you grab onto that steering wheel with both hands and with intent, with mindful presence, with focused laser attention. Do not allow for life to pass you. You are the creator of your life, dear beings. Do not be passive if you want to see a life different than the one that you believe you are experiencing. And we use the word believe with intent because it is all a matter of perception. How you choose to see your reality is going to determine your experience. You will have 10 beings with a similar experience, and there is going to be 10 different interpretations of the experience. That's how powerful your perception is. That's how amazing your uniqueness is. You are here to be you. And we want to remind you of this because it is a constant bombarding of the opposite message in your society that is causing much suffering in you beings. We see it. We see it often. We see it always. We see when beings give more credence to the opinion and the judgment of others rather than their own. The more you detach yourself from the opinions of other selves, the happier you're going to be, and the more successful your journey in spiritual growth is going to feel. It is always successful. There is no such thing as failure, which is no coincidence why this dear one had the experience that he had while he was so beautifully transmitting non-physical information. There is no such thing as failure. And it is fear of failure that thwarts so many efforts in humanity. Fear of what others are going to think of you. Fear of how others are going to perceive you. Fear of how they might see you as a failure or a loser, etc., etc. You use many labels in humanity. Your society is pretty ruthless that way. So to you, we say today, be you. That is what you are here for, is to be you unapologetically, uniquely you. You are a unique expression of God mind. That is who you are. Therefore, you are perfect, just the way you are. So be you. Be you. Detach yourselves from the opinion of others, and you are going to find freedom that is going to feel amazing. Amazing. And when you feel this freedom, you spread your wings. And when you do so, you fly away. You fly high. And that is beautiful indeed. For when you are at a bird's view, you start realizing what really is important, what really matters, not what others are thinking or saying of you, not what you are thinking that they are saying or thinking about you, but what really is. And what really is love. That is all there is, dear beings. From that bird's eye view, you are able to see that there is only love. When you're in the weeds, all you see are weeds. So we say to you, break those chains by being you, by not seeking approval from any other beings, by losing the fear of failure, because failure does not exist. Every single experience that you go through is not only valid, but valuable. We say this time and time and time again when we transmit information to humans. There is no such thing as a mistake. We repeat ourselves ad nauseum. We sound like broken records, but So does your society with the programming, with what you ought to look like, with what you ought to say, with what is proper and what is not, what is expected and what is not. So we need to be just as persistent as those negative messages are, so that you are able to discern, because it is only with your own discernment that you are able to rise above the battleground and again apply that bird's eye view. So we say, keep being yourself with confidence. Do not allow the limitations of others to become yours. Your journey is your own. Trust in it. Understand who you are by looking in, by connecting to your inner guidance. Be yourself. Do not seek approval if what you are trying to find is that freedom that we speak of. Just keep being you. Understand that all that is, you call God, you call source, you may call spirit, whatever label you use to that all-encompassing, all-benevolent, magnificent, loving energy from which everything emanates. This energy seemingly separated itself in billions of tentacles in order to experience itself in those particular ways. So you have a mission, and your mission again is to be you. It is to come to this illusion and master it. That is part of your mission in your own way. When this dear being showed the courage that he showed, and we are speaking of the one that you know as Grahm, when he showed his courage, he showed you with his example how you live. That is how you live. You live with courage. You live unapologetically. You live unencumbered by the fear of failure. You live knowing that you cannot make a mistake, and that every single turn that you are taking in your reality is a valid one. There are no mistakes, for there is no such thing as death. You are an eternal being. You have all eternity to keep trying and keep trying to remember. You're not here to learn because you are an all-knowing being. You are here to remember, and you cannot go wrong. So beautifully, he showed you how it's done. There is no embarrassment, none whatsoever, when what you are trying to do is grow, and that while you are doing it, you are trying to help other beings grow themselves. That is what this is all about. For we are all one, dear beings, and we are all rowing in the same direction. My name is Zena. I am not Zena. My name is Zena. I use this name so that beings can identify what is speaking to them. Beings, especially human beings, like to identify, like to label, as we said before. So we provide you with this label. But that's not who I am. I am consciousness, as are you. And we want you to remember that you are not the name that you have been given, and that you are not the body that is in you, because you really are so large. There is no way for you to be encased in this little body. You are not that. You are consciousness. You are light. You emanate from this one single photon that you call source. That's who you really are. So we are here with a message of simplicity. We are here to aid humans in their ascension by simplifying spiritual information and making it digestible to you, making it so that you understand it in small bits and pieces that your mind can manage, so that you are able to implement them in your daily lives. That's what we are here for. We are not here on this realm to convince anybody. We are here to reason with you. We will open the opportunity for beings that are curious to learn more about us, to learn more about the blue avians, or to learn more about the nature of reality, if you so wish to ask questions If there are none, we would be happy to address anything else. There is so much information that human beings need at this time. My name is Zena. We will speak again. There we go.
Wow. Wait, so was he saying at the end that he would answer questions?
That's what he said.
Oh, I just realized somehow I wasn't in the chat and there actually were a lot of comments. But I wasn't in it. And I was like, it's so strange. There's 15 people here and I see nothing.
And I was going to record this and I forgot. That's how it rolls.
Well, I can send you because I'll have it. I can send it to you.
Thank you so much. So there you have it.
So some questions. There's one I see right here. It says, how do we get young teens to feel strong and secure in themselves and in this world?
Do you want to tackle that one or do you want Zena to tackle that one?
Oh man, I didn't even think of me. I guess I can try it.
I love it. Go for it.
Okay. Funny. Teenagers are still young. They have not experienced a lot of life yet. And they're very confined in their freedom and in what they can and cannot do. Being part of a household and a family and going to school takes up a lot of their time, and they tend to not feel very free. To help them feel strong and secure, let them do what they would like to do. Let them play and run around more. You don't have to helicopter parent them and hover around them, and you gotta let them make their own mistakes and learn from their own mistakes. You can't protect them from the horrors of this world. Bad things do happen. Encourage them to be strong and independent and be their own individual. And see them as your equal and not so much as something less than you, being an adult or a parent or what have you. And just keep growing and expanding with them. And help hold their hand as they navigate this world. And help ignite, and they can help ignite that childlike wonder within you that gets shut down so often in your society here. Kids grow up too fast. You adults can learn a lot from your kids. Look at how much happier they are than you. oftentimes true. Because as what was earlier stated, they act like themselves, and they are themselves. And when you act and be yourself, surprisingly, you actually do become happy. It feels good to be you. Because who you are is light, is love. Who you are is amazing. And it feels good to be you. Let your children go out and play. Let them be themselves. And let them teach you how to be yourself. That is it for this question. Cool.
Beautiful.
I will there's a question too that says, what is the best way to connect with our ancestors and heal ancestral wounds? Should Zena do this one?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see what Zena has to say. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. To the dear being that is asking this question, we say to you, the way to connect, whether it be with extraterrestrial beings, whether it be with the fairies and the elementals, whether it be with loved ones that have passed, non-physical, whatever you want to communicate with, is to ask. Beings forget to ask. And when they ask, they give up easily. Well, I have asked for the last 10 days, nothing happened, and I am done. So we say to you, is in the repetition, is in the incessant quest for truth that you are able to connect. However, we say to you, in order to connect, you need to raise your frequency. It is very much like the radio in your old vehicles, yes, where when you are turning the dial, when you are between stations, you get static. And that is very much where a vast majority of beings on this realm reside, in the static zone. They do get some information. Information is always coming in. You think that your thoughts are original, but really they aren't. Thoughts always have been and always will be. All you are doing is using your brain, which by the way, is not a generator, it's a transceiver. You are using it to collect information, to tune into it, to bring it back and then broadcast it. You're always broadcasting information. That's what your brain does. So it's just a matter of fine tuning the frequency. You are energy, dear being. By fine tuning the frequency, you can get to that station where the beings that you are trying to communicate with reside. That is how you do it. How do you raise your frequency? You raise your frequency by doing what you love, by staying joyful, but by taking care of yourself, by doing that which brings you happiness, brings you satisfaction, brings you joy, by staying grounded, by staying connected to and with nature. That is how you raise your frequency, by staying in alignment with love, by being congruent, by acting and speaking and doing all in alignment with love. That is how you raise your frequency. Unless you raise your frequency, you are not going to be able to reach the highest light beings. You will be able to reach beings, yes, but it is not the high frequency beings that you want to tangle with. You will communicate with the lower realms. So we say to you, that is step one, is raise your frequency. Step two is continue to ask and ask and ask, and set the intention knowing and believing it will be so. There are energy practitioners out there that do work with ancestral wounds, whether it be in the womb or whether it be in the family tree. We would suggest that if you are looking at doing something like this and you do not have the experience, that at first you seek for such help. It is courageous to ask for help. It is not weak. It actually is an act of courage when you realize that you are dabbing into something that you don't have enough knowledge of and that somebody else can guide you through it. There are many practitioners. That is what we suggest. Now, what is most important, dear love, is the present moment. And that is what we teach. We teach that it is in the present moment in which you are creating or from which you are creating. You're not creating from the past. Past is not real, but we will go with your understanding of time. It is not from the future because it hasn't taken place yet. So if you are in your ego mind and you are projecting towards the future, that's not where we're at. We bring you to the present moment because, as we said earlier, you are consciousness, you are awareness, and it is in the present moment where you are creating. And if you bring yourself through mindfulness to the present moment, in creative awareness, you are going to create that which you do want. But if you're just going through life, not aware, not mindful, and not present, you don't stop creating. You are still creating. However, you are not creating what you want. You are miscreating. And that you see very often. You see ailment, you see illnesses, you see unhappiness, you see violence. Those are miscreations, because we understand that what beings really want is peace, it's love. So what we say to you is stay in the present moment, stay in the now. That is what is most important. It is in healing yourself and your mind at this time, because what you do in this dimension, dear being, is going to have ripple effects in all dimensions and all timelines. But this one happens to be the one from which you are creating and the one where you are aware. So that is what we have to say about this topic. This is where we bring you, is to the present moment. But we say, if you really are interested in this, align yourself with a practitioner that resonates with you and ask for their assistance. We love you. We know who you are. All right. Oh, you're still muted, Grahm.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool. So should we do some more questions then?
Sure, let's go for it.
So there's one from my friend Kevin. And it says, did Grahm and I know each other in the spirit realm? Can Zena answer that one?
Of course. Let's have Zena answer. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. Yes, dear being, you do, because it is spirit who you really are. It is not this body as we mentioned before. Very interestingly enough, if you understand the nature of reality and you understand the cycles that souls go through, you will know that the one that you know as Grahm and you have traveled through multiple incarnations together. Usually, souls travel in groups. these soul groups move through timeline, and timeline, through incarnation, and incarnation, with different missions, with different blueprints, with different ideas of how they want to expand and how they want to grow via a certain group of experiences. They try everything. You have been his mother. You have been his father. He has been your brother. You have been just friends. You have been enemies. You have been all. It is very interesting when beings ask this question because you knew the answer. You already felt it. You feel this familiarity with the one that you know as Grahm, and the curiosity that brought the question was really the knowing. So to the questioner, we say, there is no coincidence that you ask this question now and that it is us that are answering this question. You have come to a point in your incarnation where it is time for you to trust more in your inner knowing, in your inner guidance. So, as said before, it is a good idea for you at this time, if you will, to start looking in and stop looking for the approval or the opinion of others. It is time for you to go within and know that you are fully equipped to make the decisions that you need to make of this experience the best that it can be. Trust in your inner knowing. This is a call from your higher self to trust that you are on track, that you are equipped to make the decisions that are most beneficial to you. So this is really what you were asking, and we are answering what you were really asking. We love you. We will speak again at another time.
Wow, what a great answer.
There you have it.
Oh, wow. I kind of have a question I would like to ask Zena too. And it's kind of about, well, he already touched on it some, but just like the thing about failure too, and how like I don't know. I feel like I already kind of know the answer now. I don't know.
You
I don't know
probably
if,
do.
yeah, because he just said that Kevin already knew too. I think I do.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, what you just went through is why I don't ask a lot of questions of Zena. And this goes to Kevin, because once you start really connecting with your inner knowing, there aren't a lot of questions that you want to ask, because there are many answers that you already feel that you have in you. You already know it. It's just buried in there by layers and layers of conditioning and programming and the forgetting that we do so that we can expand in this reality. But they're there. And that's why I don't ask a lot. I know that I am here to figure it out. And I know and I trust that if the information needs to come from outside of me, quote unquote, that it will one way or another. Well, Kevin got his answer now, but it brought him to what he was really asking. And what he's really asking is, am I on track here? Do I really know what I think I know?
Mm.
And the answer is yes. So it's a bit of a redirect into going in and knowing that you have the answers. And one of the reasons why the Blue Avians have say I make a good channel for them is because I am very trusting and a little bit on the naive side. I just take what comes to me, and if it feels right, I go with it. I
Mm.
don't question it a lot if it feels right. Now, if something feels off, there is absolutely no way, and I question the heck out of it. But if something feels right, it's in, it comes in.
Interesting you say that, because I feel like that's kind of the same process I mean, I was going through today, even doing stuff. Just like, okay, like this is feeling like the right sort of thing to say or what have you. Yeah.
So I decided, I made a decision, that was in 2016. Yes, mid 2016, I made the decision of living spirit led. And that is just allowing spirit to guide me and knowing and trusting that what is being presented to me is what I am creating for my highest good. So it doesn't mean that I don't actively participate in the creation of my reality. I very much envision what I want and I see it happening and I go for it. But I trust in the plan. And I know that if Grahm texts me and says, do you want to do something on Saturday night? I say, why not?
So funny.
That's how I live. And I always share that my two favorite questions in life are why not and what if? And that's how I live spirit led. And it's quite amazing. And it's freeing because trying to be in control, like you said earlier, is exhausting because you cannot control, at least not consciously, everything that is going on around you. So you end up actually walking on eggshells because you don't want to upset the apple cart.
Yes.
But when you just surrender and you just allow, holy cow, all of a sudden you have this bunch of energy, and that energy that surges, you use it, you direct it towards creating what you want. So it's like, holy crap, is this awesome. It just becomes a game. I was having this conversation earlier. You realize it's a game, and the more adept you become at it, the more fun you have at it. So that's how I live, is spirit led.
I love it. And even when I asked you, it was because I'm like, I feel like I should ask her.
There you go.
Okay. Well, worst thing she can say is no. So
there you go.
Whatever. Let's give it a rip, huh?
And I love it. And you see, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there you go. Trust more in your inner knowing, in your intuition, in whatever direction. I very often get the question, how do I know if it's spirit that is giving me guidance? And I always say it's simple, in that spirit always speaks to you in hopeful expectation and excitement. And then the minute the ego mind comes in, there is doubt, there is limitation, and there is fear. So say, for example, you are sitting there and you say, I would really love to go spend a weekend in Madison. For some reason, you have friends in Madison. What a fun idea. I really want to go to Madison. That is spirit. You feel excited and you feel, oh, yeah, hopeful expectation. And then ego comes in. Oh, but Grahm, you don't have money to go right now. How are you going to go spend this money right now? And oh, by the way, do you realize that it's 2 below outside and that your car could break down when you're driving to Madison? And then it starts creating all the worst case scenarios ahead of you. That's when you know it's not guidance, but it's ego. Ego is controlling. Ego wants to keep you safe. And really, that trying to keep you safe is keeping you small. So that's the difference.
Yes. Trying to keep you safe is keeping you small. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's some more questions here too.
All right, let's do it. And I just want to say, I will hang out as long as the puppy is sleeping behind me. As soon as she wakes up, I'll have to boogie.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
She'll lose her marbles.
So there's one from Karen here. Can you talk more about the vaccine? Some of our loved ones are getting the vaccine and what will happen to them. Will they be okay? Also, I don't want the vaccine, but I'm in a field where I work with the public. Will free choice remain in this situation?
See what Zena has to say about it. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. Well, we say the question of the moment, yes, shall I or shall I not? In the information that was just transmitted, there were very rightful and very truthful and very wise words in you must do as you feel you must. When you ask if there is going to be choice, dear being, we say there is always choice in your realm. Free will is the biggest and the most beautiful gift from all that is source, God, to you. Free will is not to be violated. This is why beings like us are not able to tell you what to do. We are not able to tell you what is going to happen because all we can see is that there are the ingredients in the pot for a certain outcome, but you are always the chef. So you can always add ingredients, you can always change the product with the use of your free will. In fact, you come to this realm with a blueprint, a plan, if you will, of certain experiences that you want to go through because those are the ones that are beneficial to your growth, the growth that you are after. But free will is so amazing, dear being, that it can always override that blueprint. That is how fantastic it is. So this is why we say there is no such thing as good and bad in this realm. Although you find yourselves in a realm of polarization and duality so that you can experience what is not by experiencing what is, but it really does not exist, the good and the bad. Everything just is. The good and the bad are judgments. They are labels. They just are. Because consider this, if you will. If there aren't those catalysts, those forces that you call evil, if they wouldn't exist, you wouldn't expand. You wouldn't rise to the occasion because there would be no drive. There would be no need for you to change anything. You would be just coasting. But when there are catalysts, they arise in you, the creator that you are, and you become very, let us say, intent in figuring things out, in rising for the occasion, in doing what is right, in doing what is best, in doing what you feel needs to be done. That drive is what has led beings to innovate, to bring about change, to bring about justice, to change for voting rights for women, to change for rights for people of disadvantageous positions, let us say. It is those that have answered the call of change, those that say, I need to do what is right. That's what catalysts are for. So what is happening right now with the COVID-19 situation is exactly that, as the information that was transmitted in the beginning very rightfully said. It is a catalyst to help humanity rise, to help humanity wake up from the slumber. So many beings are just as sheep following the other to the butcher. That is what's going on right now. But there are beings that are awakening. And this is exciting. It is exciting. It's a fascinating and exciting time because there are so many beings all over your realm that are awakening. It's a mass awakening. It's a great awakening. They're awakening to the reality of who they really are, to the truth that they are love and that they are here to grow and to help each other, not to accumulate material wealth and so on and so forth. So in that great awakening, you're seeing beings like the two that are transmitting this information at this time that are answering the call. And that call wouldn't have answered if there would have been no adversity. So that is what that is creating right now. So if you take the time to, let us say, stop judging the situation as bad, you are going to feel more comfortable in realizing and in actually being able to really see the gifts in the situation. The gifts are plentiful. The slowing down in families, the bringing of families together, the not wasting so much energy or so much resources, the focusing on community. There are many, many positive aspects. We say to you, going back to your original question, the vaccine, what you believe is true for you. And we're going to give you time to digest this. What you believe is true for you. That is how powerful you are. So if you believe that this is a vaccine that is going to be needed, and that if you don't get it, you're going to die, or you're going to get very sick and you're going to be miserable, then you are right. But if you really believe that you are the creator of the reality, of your reality, and that you do not depend on magic potions to be well, you are also right, dear love. You are also right. So if this topic is a topic that arises in you passion, we say become an activist, become congruent. What kills, quote unquote, there's no death, but you understand us, yes? What kills the light, or what dims the light, let us use more aligned language for humans. What dims the light of humans is when they believe in something and they do not act congruently. That is where the dimming comes from. When you believe that masks are, as humans say, bullshit, and you decide to wear one just because, when you decide to quiet your voice, that is when you dim your light. However, if you believe that masks save lives, if you believe that it is the right thing to do, and you go ahead and you wear one, then you are being congruent, you see? So what we are saying is be congruent. If you do not want to do it, don't. It is as simple as that. We watch humanity complicate their existence so often and so unnecessarily. If you feel that it is not the right thing for you, we say don't do it. And when you ask about free will, we underline it. The choice is yours. How do you see this as a choice? Because you are choosing to stay in a field that is going to require it. You are choosing it. Nobody is making you stay there. Nobody. Nobody, dear love, can disempower you, just like nobody, dear being, can empower you, because you are power. Power is not something you can give away, and something for sure that you can't take away. You cannot. You are power. The power is yours. With great power comes responsibility. But take responsibility, take charge, understand that you are not the victim of the world that you see. You are its creator. Grab onto those reins and lead that horse where you want it to go. We will speak again.
Awesome. I love how you talked about in there, like, well, I guess just the congruency aspect. Because, I guess me, like, I don't like masks or doing any of that stuff, and, like, but I still find myself putting it on at times, too, you know?
I think it's important to pick your battles.
Right. I was going to say that, too, because I'm like, there is kind of, like, something to that as well. And I remember Xena has said that before, like, choose your battles.
Totally.
Pick and choose your battles. Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
there are times where it is absolutely futile. And if what you are trying to do is just prove a point and not come from a place of love, then really what you're doing is futile. It's futile. But if you are coming from a place of love and you feel that you are able to effect change in a positive manner, then do it. whatever that may be, whatever that may look like. I happen to be a believer in the choice of vaccination. I don't call myself an anti-vaxxer, although I will not vaccinate my kids anymore. I did when they were little. I don't call myself anti anything because what you resist persists. I am pro choice. I really believe that it is important for humans to exercise their choice. And I don't think that mandates are the way to govern people. I really don't. I think that guidelines are a great way to manage people, but I don't think forcing is a good way of governing. So I am very much against the vaccines, the mandate of the vaccine, I should say. If you really research what is in vaccines in general, it is nothing that should be in a human body. And we are perfect machines. The body is a perfect machine as it is. We are impinging upon, in my humble opinion, in its ability to create natural defenses. But I never tell anybody do not vaccinate. Never, ever, ever. I say, if you believe you need it, go ahead and do it. But if you don't, then really don't. Be congruent with your beliefs. That's about it. Touchy subject.
Yeah.
Yes, my husband is in law enforcement, and he has made it very clear that if there comes a time where he has to vaccinate, that's where he draws the line in the sand, and he is done. So it's a big deal.
I like where Zena just mentioned there too, if like it's something that raises passion in you too, but then you don't do it or like go towards it, that's what totally kills you.
Yeah.
And I think that's so accurate because, yeah, I've totally experienced that,
Mm-hmm.
and it is
And there are people that this is not a topic for.
right. And
And,
yeah.
and that's totally okay. If it doesn't move your meter, just leave it. It's not for you. Don't pick battles that are not yours. But if there is something there and it arises passion, your passion is your mission and your mission is your passion. So there you go. If it arises something in you, go for it. Do something about it. Do not be a passive bystander.
I've just been writing stuff down. There's been so much good stuff. It looks like there's still some more questions as well. Okay. How do we know when our frequency is high enough to connect to our spirit guides and teachers and channel them, I guess, is the question.
Do you want to go for it or do you want me to channel?
Yeah, I can do it a little bit, sure.
I love it. I love it. Go for it.
Okay. I am Ra. How do you know if you are getting good information? This one right here is asking the same question in a way of the information he is receiving now, especially since this is such a new endeavor for him. For him, he feels my presence. And it brings him a sense of peace. And he also feels the passion involved as well, and the drive and the want to speak these words. He wants to speak them. They feel good to speak. But how does he know that this is a high vibrational being? Is the message loving? Does it feel good? It's not particularly difficult to discern. You know what good and what bad feels like. It's more for you trusting that you are making the connection and that you are connecting and bringing through information. It doesn't typically feel like a grand and crazy experience. What this one is feeling right now is just words, a feeling of energy that he then translates into words in a way. But it's not particularly profound in the sense that it's subtle. The information kind of comes through subtly, and he has to tune into it and then connect in and then just let it flow. Again, continue to raise your vibration and ask for high vibrational beings to speak with you. And then trust that you're making and capable of making that connection and proceed forward from there. You are totally capable of doing this, and you already have been. So simply continue moving forward, knowing that you are already doing it. That'll be all. Cool, this is fun.
There you go. Fun is the word. Well, I would like to add, not as Zena, but as Carol, that in my experience, how I ended up raising my frequency was actually going through the crappiest time of my life. It was a very difficult period in my life, about 5 years or so. And without going into details, the most miserable time of my life, it was back in my 30s. And what happened there was that I had to go and deconstruct the persona that I had created and to really uncover who I really was. And in that process, it was a process of forgiveness. So forgiveness is a great way of knowing where your vibration lies. If you don't know exactly where your vibration is before you want to start doing this, practice forgiveness and align yourself with love. And forgiveness in the sense that the Course in Miracles teaches it is not about, oh, I think you did something to me and I forgive you. No, it is the true meaning of forgiveness is realizing that there is no such thing as a transgression. In really forgiving yourself, in forgiving others. Once you've done that, you are going to feel that your vibration is higher. It's inevitable because you feel good. That's the meter. It's, do you feel good? If you feel good, then you know your frequency is high. That's about it.
I love A Course in Miracles. Like, it's given for me such a good kind of introduction into non-duality.
Yes.
And it just explains it so well. And I don't particularly read it that much now or anything, but it helps me understand other works really well. And because I don't know, it feels so complete.
Yes,
And
it
it's
clarifies your mind. That's
yeah.
what it is. And when your mind is clear, then as you say, you're able to see things for what they are and understand them better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we maybe do one more question?
Yes, that sounds good. Gracie's still sleeping, so.
Okay. So Angie asks here, I've been really struggling personally and with my health. Any messages for me? I'm gonna let you do this one, Carol.
Okay. Okay. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. Dear love, we love you. You are loved. Know this. Your ailments all root in the lack of belief that you have that you are loved and that you are worthy of love. All of your ailments are rooted in this belief and in fear, dear love. That is what is going on. So know that you are safe, for one. Know that you are worthy. How do you know this? Because you are here. You see, this realm is not for the faint of heart. This is, let us say, the toughest school in town. Yes. When you look at realms, when you look at universes, when you look at planets, etc., you find yourselves in a very difficult one. So we say to you, stay true to yourself, stay courageous, know that you are safe. There is nothing wrong and you lack nothing. When you believe in yourself and you love yourself enough, you give yourself the opportunity to be and be free. And you give the opportunity to other selves to be and be free. The more you love yourself, the more you let others be themselves. We love you. We will speak again at another time. I need to take a mini break and go let my son in. I will let you stay and I will be right back.
Okay, yep, sounds good. I hope that was helpful for you, Angie. I know on Wednesday I wasn't able to get to you. So there we go.
Thank you. Sorry about the barking. There is more he needs to say, but I needed to let him in. So if it's okay, I will bring him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
All right, sounds good. My name is Zena Allen. My name is Zena Allen indeed. We apologize for the four-legged interruption. We say to you, dear love, self-love is at the center. It's at the center of your beliefs. It's at the center of your limitations. You believe you are not worthy very deep inside of you. We say to you again, the mere fact that you're in this realm tells you that you are worthy. We are going to ask you, dear love, the very next time that you find yourself in front of the mirror, we're going to ask you to take a good look at what you see and listen to the self-talk that arises. We say to you, pay attention to that self-talk. Your thoughts of self-attack are creating much havoc in your health system, let us say. So we say to you, treat yourself with the love that you would treat a best friend. Treat yourself that way. Make sure, we say, that that voice that is constantly talking to you is your best friend, because normally that is not the case. Put that voice in front of you. Take it out of your head and put it in front of you and take a good look at it. And when you're looking at it, say, is this a friend I would like to have in my house? Is this a roommate I would like to live with? If the answer is anything but yes, there is work there to be done, because the relationship with yourself is the only relationship you're going to have throughout your whole incarnation, dear being. So it better be a good one. So we say to you, not only put yourself, your mind, that speaking voice, that chatter that is constantly nagging at you for not looking a certain way, for not being perfect, for not, put it in front of you and forgive it. This one was talking about forgiveness, and forgiveness is what stops the wheel of karma. And this is what is needed here. It is that forgiveness. Forgive that voice, bring it in front of you, have compassion for it, realize that nothing wrong has happened here, and love it. The next time that you are running this exercise, see the one infinite creator in you. Understand that you are God mind, a divine aspect of it. Therefore, you cannot, dear being, you cannot be but perfect. It is in those beliefs that you are going to find the inner peace that is going to start creating balance in your system. Your energetic system is out of balance right now. We humbly suggest that you align yourself with a Reiki practitioner that can help you with your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra has an imbalance right now. So align yourself with such practitioner and remove that blockage. But we tell you, dear one, it is only in your firm belief that you are a divine aspect of God mind, that you are lovable, in that you are love, that you're going to address the emotions that are stashed into your physical body and are expressing themselves not only as ailments, but as experiences that you deem unpleasant. It is just a matter of alignment. Start with forgiving, start with love, and start with seeing yourself as the one infinite creator. You can do this. We love you. We will speak again at another time. Okay.
Awesome.
I hope that helps, Angie.
Oh, she says, wow, I'm crying.
Aww.
I think you definitely did touch her.
My love goes to you, Angie. And I saw the block. I saw the blockage in that chakra. So I hope you know of somebody that does Reiki, and I hope that helps, because I totally see it. But you are loved. Don't forget that.
Doesn't look like there's particularly any more questions other than there's one that this is more for us. Like, what did you feel like while channeling? Oh, I think that was while I was doing it.
Go ahead.
Like it. Honestly, not like a crazy and insane experience. It just feels kind of natural, really. Or I feel like I've kind of been tapped into this sort of energy for a while. And I can automatic write so easily and just like let whatever comes come. And so, yeah, it's kind of, it just feels like there's just things that want to be said and they come kind of one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I can kind of feel the energy of this raw guy, and he is really blue avian. Like, it's super cool.
I love it.
Yeah, but I'm not particularly aware of like his presence the entire time, I guess. Like, it kind of like melds in with me, sort of. So that's kind of how it has been feeling like with me so far in my short experience doing this, I guess. I think I have one. I actually do have a question for Zena now. It's about, have you heard of human design?
No.
So it's like, I guess I don't necessarily know a whole lot about it either, but I was doing a reading for a girl last night, and afterwards she's did like my human design chart and looked at it, and it's like it takes a bunch of different things. So it like uses like astrology and different systems, and it kind of like melds them together, I guess, and it creates its own kind of thing. But it talks about there's like 4 main types of people.
Oh, interesting.
Or I don't know if main types, whatever, but in this system there's, you're one of 4 types. And so the one that I am, and it felt like it made sense to me, is it's called the generator. And she was talking to me about it, about like they generate a lot of their own emotions, and they tend to really have a lot of ups and downs, and like kind of are, I don't know, generate a lot of stuff. And she was talking about how her thing was, or her type was the manifester, and that they're like, she says like she wakes up in one mood and goes to bed in that one mood, and like she's just more like level. I was just curious if Zena has anything to say about that system.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of it, but we'll see what
Yeah.
they say.
Okay.
Right. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. Well, we shall say. There are many systems, many modalities that dab into energy and try to explain possibilities. That's what they are. Because again, we go back to the information previously transmitted, there is always free will. So you can always deviate from what is likely. What they do is they give you a certain matrix of possibilities that can take place given the structure that you have chosen for your birth plan. So let us say that you choose a certain time given a certain planetary alignment, because this is going to give you the predisposition for certain personality traits and certain drivers, let us say, that are going to give you a higher likelihood of certain experiences taking place in your incarnation. But they are not determining. And that is what is really important for humans to understand. It is important that they always remain realistic and aware of the fact that they are constantly creating and that they are the creators, they are the masters of their ship. So we always say to beings, stay vigilant when there are predictions, when there are omens, let us say, when there are recipes that this needs to be done like this, and this for this to happen. We say to you, stay vigilant. We don't say believe it. We don't say do not. We say stay flexible, stay nimble, and stay aware. Because we remind you, although there may be certain predispositions, you are the master of your ship. Very much as the genes in your genotype, in your genome, behave. Other than the dictator genes that say that you're going to have a certain height and certain eyes and certain color of hair, the genes in your human structure are predisposed to certain expressions, yet your lifestyle can turn the expressions on or off. And this is a little bit of a tidbit of information that we have for those that think that genetic diseases are a death sentence. Well, we tell you they are not. Not if you understand the nature of reality and that you are able to manipulate their expression via your beliefs, your actions, and your lifestyle. It is the same with your astrology. It is the same with human design. It is the same with all these birth charts and all these different modalities. They are giving you a matrix of possibilities, but the master is you. We come to the end of our transmission and we want to express our joy and express our gratitude for this one that gave us the opportunity to reach you in this manner, in this beautiful and sacred space. We say, stay loving, be peace. We will speak again at another time. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. Like it being probabilities more so, and not to get stuck in deterministic kind of thinking. Yeah.
Yes, and that happens very often with many things. You go to a tarot reading and they tell you that you're going to get in a crash, and holy cow, you get so psyched up about that crash that you created.
Yeah.
But really, you are the master. It's so true. So where you put your beliefs is really important. So choose where you put them. Choose where you put them. Same thing with other incarnations. I don't get too hung up with incarnations, although I am aware of different incarnations. The truth of the matter is that I am here right now, and that this is what I need to focus on, and this is where I'm creating from. So I don't worry about Egypt and ancient civilizations and this and that. And whatever happened there, it may have some impact on where I am now, but really I am the one that's deciding. So I just leave that where it is and decide from where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds healthy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's it. That's it for me.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do a finishing thing as well. I don't know if you want to stick around for that or.
I will stick around. My son is here now and he took the puppy, so I will stick around.
Okay, yeah, I'll do a little finishing channeling and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I am Ra. And we are so glad to have been able to speak here today and to speak with someone so new to this and so willing to put himself out there and just try something new, try something that he felt called to do. And so we ask you, watching and listening, what is it that you feel called to do? What is it that you dream of creating and making? And truly, what is stopping you other than yourself from going out there and chasing after your passions? Why not? You cannot be content. You cannot be content doing that which you don't want to do. You can't deny that you're doing something you don't want to do. You can't be happy doing that. It whittles you down and makes you smaller and smaller. So stop doing that. You can either be small or you can start growing and becoming larger and larger. Those are really your options. Which direction do you want to go in? It's not fully easy to grow and expand, but it's so much better than going in the other direction. And it's fun when you start doing it. So do it more. Do things that make you laugh. Do things that you enjoy. You can live a truly wonderful life. This one here has spent a lot of his life miserable, fully miserable. And he knows now that he was making himself miserable. But at the time, he thought it was outside that was doing it. But no, it was really him. But now, being where he is now, further along, it feels so good for him knowing that he's in control and knowing that he can just continue expanding and that he can live and is living a good and expansive and fulfilling life. Now, he still has much to do. There's still room to grow and expand by far. There's still many things out there for him and each and every one of you to keep doing and expanding into. That is uncomfortable now. Yes, that is uncomfortable and frightening now, but as you move through these things and go towards the uncomfortabilities, it becomes really fun to know afterwards that there was really nothing to be afraid of in the first place. And it was just something of your own creation. And the freedom that comes with that. So continue doing what you enjoy and what you love. And keep being courageous and keep growing and expanding. And take some time to be silent and take a break as well. And be with yourself and ask yourself, what do you truly want from your life? Do you really want to live the life that you are currently living and continue going in the direction that you are currently moving? And it takes some slowing down and sitting with yourself and some reflection to make change and to start moving in a new direction. That'll be all from us now. Thank you. Oh, this is so fun.
You're so cute. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I really
Thank you so much for coming on, Carol. And yeah, awesome. Do you have any events or anything coming up you'd like to share? Or?
Well, we have a week from today at 1 p.m. Central Time, we have Janet Alford. I'm going to have a conversation event in our community, Spirit Led, where she's going to be talking about growing from religion to religion. She is a theologian, and she's going to talk about her own experience. She's one of my partners, Zina Allen. So I can send you the information, Grahm, if you would please share it. Joining Spirit Led. It's a free online community. There's almost 800 of ours there, and we share not only Zina's information, but also information that comes through other beings like Grahm. And we do have that event coming up on the 13th, and then I will have a Q&A later in the month with Zina as well. And they are announced there. Everything is free. I don't charge for any of those events. So if anybody is interested, you would have to join the community, but it's a beautiful community of very loving and supporting beings. So I can send you the link if you would please share it.
Yeah, totally will do.
Thank you.
Exciting. You're doing a Q&A with Zina.
I'm doing a Q&A later in the month. Yes.
Fun. And I just got to say thank you for doing this with me, because it just felt so perfect.
Well, and really appreciate it. Thank you.
And especially getting to kind of try doing some channeling with you too was really nice to kind of do it together and stuff. And I'm just excited to continue doing stuff like this. It's so fun. So thank you, Carol.
My pleasure. Thank you. And thanks everybody for making the time to be here. It's very nice to be here, and I wish you much love and much peace.
All right. Bye, Carol.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
All righty. Well, it is just me now. Would anyone like a live reading? I am going to, I don't have the link in, but I'm going to put the link in the Facebook chat. If anyone is interested, I will stick around here for a little bit and do some live readings where I put the Zoom link in the chat here, and then you can join me in the Zoom room if you would like. So, there it is. So feel free to come on in if you'd like with me for a little bit. I'm just chilling. Otherwise, what's going on? Any comments or anything? Or oh, and I should put in, I'm going to put in Carol's information of her community. And if you want to join, to do any of the events she was talking about, you would do it through signing up with her community here through Mighty Networks. I think I got the link here. Oh, 2 people waiting. Okay. I will be with you shortly. I'm just going to put this link in the chat quick, and then we can do a reading. Hello.
Hi, Graham.
How are you?
Emotional.
I bet. Isn't Zena really amazing?
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. I didn't even know that kind of stuff existed.
Explain more.
Well, I didn't quite understand what she was doing, and then I got it.
Yeah. And so you felt like the information was helpful for you that he was talking about?
Yeah, like I said, it made me cry for sure.
Yeah. When I had a session with Carol in September with Zena like that too. And I was crying the first 5 minutes or so. It was just so powerful.
Yeah.
And really beautiful. And like, I was so excited when I asked her if she wanted to do this with me, because for me, I'm like still just kind of exploring doing this myself as someone trying to like give readings and stuff. And she's been doing this a little while longer, and she just is really good. And I was like, yeah, she's actually going to come. That's so exciting.
So this Xena thing, is it like another self? Like, is that what that is?
So Xena, he's an extraterrestrial.
Oh.
I think he actually does have a body. I'm pretty sure. Like,
okay.
And like Carol, I don't know if you were there and Carol said.
I missed the first part of it. So.
Oh, okay. So you joined in. Oh, yeah. In the beginning, she explained about Xena and like, how that works, kind of. But like, he communicates telepathically with her,
and has full conversations by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, like yeah, right.
Oh wow.
Right.
Wow.
And so that's super cool. And for her, at the beginning too, she talked a little bit about how she got started, and it was something that just kind of more happened to her than something that she sought out, you know. And she was like on a retreat, and like Xena kind of showed up for her, and she's like, "Oh, gee, what is going on here?" You know, super cool.
Yeah, it is. It was very cool, and everything that came through with Xena was right on the money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I had my session with him, I'm like, holy cow! It's like he completely sees me, which felt really good.
Yeah.
To like be completely seen like that, especially just by some being, you know, something.
And it's interesting that Reiki came up because that came in one of Kevin's sessions I did. And then my cousin Selena, who was on this, I saw her watching, but I don't know if she saw the whole thing. Sorry, it's dogs.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
She is supposed to look into doing Reiki. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
You know any Reiki people?
My daughter's best friend knows somebody that does it. So she actually sent her a message right away because she had in the earplug. I told her, listen to this. And she was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool. I will mention, too, I got one of my friends, Melissa. Well, you were there, weren't you? Were you there on Sunday with the live me and Kevin did?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And she does Reiki, and I'm having her on. We're doing like a live session thing on Thursday, too. So, I mean, that's something
cool. Yeah.
Just throw out there for you as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So channeling, what can you channel? I don't know. What can you tell me? I got a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. I haven't tried doing a personal reading for someone, doing it like I was doing it today, where I'm like, not just tuning in as me, Grahm, as like literally what Carol was doing. Mm-hmm. So I can try that with you. And
you can, I did have a question. I did put a question in that thing before
about a
Carol
missing
left.
girl.
Yes, we have some missing girls here in BC. There's 3 to be exact, but there's one in particular, one in Chilliwack. She's been missing a week. And apparently there's been mediums all saying the same thing. So I'm curious if you can pick up on any of that.
Wow.
And she actually happens to be our financial advisor's co-worker plus friend, which is, really crazy.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So they have like mediums on the case for this kind of thing?
In her missing group Facebook group.
In her missing face group book.
But the cops don't do anything.
But of course the police aren't doing anything about it.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Is she like out in the forest somewhere or what? What are the other mediums saying?
My daughter's here. She'll tell you.
They're basically saying that so they found her car by the river last Saturday. She has 2 young boys. She went for a drive. Her car was found abandoned. She had just gotten it that day. It was a brand new 2021. And then all the psychics and mediums in the Facebook group are all saying kind of the same thing, that she's a certain number of kilometers away. She's heavily drugged, in and out of consciousness. A shipping container came up the color yellow, stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know.
We were just curious.
And then there's another lady in Port Moody that's been missing 3 weeks now. She just randomly left her stuff at home and disappeared.
And then there's a younger girl.
No, she was found.
She was found. Okay.
House.
All right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Feels to me like that first girl, from what I pick up on, like she does not want to be found. Like she wants to just disappear, kind of thing. Yeah. Well, I guess that's what she did, so I guess that makes sense now that I think about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That isn't very revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But would you like me to try doing the channeling for you personally too?
Yeah, but quickly. And you said you can read pets?
Mm-hmm.
You can, like deceased pets?
Yeah.
My daughter and my son-in-law's dog, Chopper. Can you tune into him?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done an animal.
I'm just curious. I've never seen that happen before.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Did he die pretty recently?
October 2019.
Okay. Feels like when I tune into him that he wants you guys to get a new dog.
We got a new dog 4 days after.
After he died?
4 days after, yeah.
Oh,
because the house was way too quiet.
Right away. Oh, that's so cool. And kind of just said he's glad that you guys moved on like that, kind of, or didn't kind of linger on the subject of his passing, you know, and
True.
like never a dog again kind of thing. Yeah. Was he pretty slow once he started getting older before he died?
Yeah, he had diabetes, which is what he passed away from.
Was he eating like sugary stuff?
No, he got into some
Some what?
He got into some tinfoil a few days, like a week before he passed away, which had barbecue sauce on it.
Huh. Oh, there's your dog now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, he just feels smiley and happy to me.
That's good.
Yeah.
He was very loved.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Does he say anything? What does he think about our new dog?
That's funny you ask, because I was going to say, he's saying to me, take that new dog out on more walks.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just what he was saying to me. Like, take him on more walks. He's kind of like, I don't know if this is the right way of putting it, but a little like fatherly in that sense of like the new dog coming in after him and like, take care of that guy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you two as well, you can tune into him as well. That's what he wants to say as well, that like, you know, he doesn't have his body and everything anymore, but you can still spend time with him.
Interesting.
And that, and kind of across the dimensions or whatever, what have you. Just tune into like the feeling of him and just go with whatever you get. Yeah.
Interesting.
Our son does talk to his urn, which is on our fireplace beside his picture. He talks to it often.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes, he talks to him and says he misses him a lot.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God.
Yeah, she's got some.
That's adorable. Mm-hmm. Did he like tracking mud into the house?
Not really, unless he had it on his, his feet or something, but
that might be our dog.
And kind of in closing, he's saying, I would, I guess, oh, that makes more sense. I am happy to be your pet.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you got?
All righty. I can stop the live stream too, because there's only one person watching.
Who's on there? It's not my family member, is it?
I guess I don't know. It doesn't, I'm not allowed to see who is watching.
Oh, okay. Well, you can stop it then. That's fine. As long as it's okay with you.
Actually, never mind. I might as well. It's fine. Okay. I am Ra. I'm glad to speak with you. We're so glad that you tuned in today and got a message of healing for yourself from Zena. Look more into the messages he was saying to you and really ponder what it is that he was describing to you. And when you're experiencing your low states and your low emotions, remember what it is that he was speaking to you about that is your problem here. And that is the self-worth and the self-hate. These things will literally eat you up on the inside, and it shows up in your body as well. It starts here. And then manifests out. start taking more walks with your dog as well. Get out in the outside and get out in the sun. It may be cold where you are now.
Bundle up.
Oh, that's so funny. But bundle up and brave the cold a little bit. Huh. We are so accustomed, we people here are so accustomed in our culture to living in comfort, living comfortably in front of the television, comfortably with our comfort foods, comfortably bundled or comfortably snuggled up inside and away from outside and the elements. But go outside and experience what it is to be out there and feel the energy of the earth and the elements. That is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in communion with these things and work with these things. Nature, the wind, the thunderstorms. Don't separate yourself from these things.
There you go, Charles.
Like something, I don't know, something's coming through like about a car. Did you get a new car or something? Or
I did.
Well, my daughter just bought one, but I also have a new car. It will be a year old in April, but she just got one like last week.
Oh, funny. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep rolling with this then, because I'm like, what? This is so specific.
Oh, okay.
You don't need new cars.
Too late.
Not that new cars are bad. Enjoy it. Enjoy the decisions you have made now and enjoy riding around in your new vehicles as well. But get outside more, and even in your new cars, you got the climate control and the heating and the cooling, and just as a society, you're all separated from the environment, and being comfortable in this sense, you know, being in the right room temperature, it translates over into your everyday life, avoiding uncomfortable work situations, avoiding uncomfortable family situations, avoiding uncomfortable food decisions, avoiding uncomfortability in general. It's across the board. So,
Is that me? No.
Do things that are uncomfortable that you know are good for you. Start becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And when you embrace it more, you realize that it really isn't all that uncomfortable.
Quit hibernating inside.
Never being green. You're trying to do that.
Keep going forward. Listen to the words that Zena shared with you and really ponder them. It comes down to your self-worth, your ideas about yourself, and hold yourself with a lot of love. Tune into the session on Thursday if you'd like with Grahm here and see what Melissa there has to offer. She can be of help for you as well. But ultimately, as Zena stated as well, you're going to have to do the healing work because you're the one in control. So with that, we leave
I
you.
don't remember this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. What did you think?
What? 100% true.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody could only tell me where my long lost sister is, I'd be happy.
Do you actually have a long lost sister?
I do. I'm in the process of trying to find her.
Interesting. So how did that even happen? Like, how did she become lost?
Well, back in 1966, my parents weren't married. Oh, that's my grandson waving at you.
Hey,
Sorry.
buddy. What's up, dude?
And my name is Kaden.
Caden?
K-A-D-E.
Awesome, dude.
I don't know if anybody else is watching, but anyway, my parents weren't married, and my mom got pregnant. And back in 1960s, I guess they gave away kids. Anyway, she was born in 1966 and was given up for adoption. I do know that a doctor family adopted her. And my mom did name her Lisa Marie, but I don't know if she kept that name. So I'm actually in the process right now of trying to find her. I'm working on my family tree as well. That's all happening through Kevin. Like this is how it all started.
Oh, what through Kevin?
Doing this family tree and finding my sister, and all this came out through Kevin's first session.
Oh, cool. Because Kevin he's actually watching right now.
He's what?
He's watching the
watching?
live. And
Hi,
he's
Kevin.
saying in the comments here, he's like, when I was talking about the car stuff, he's like, no, it is me. Everyone needs new cars.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if Kevin saw the Xena thing because he would totally agree.
Oh yeah, I saw him comment at the beginning, so I don't know if he's been hanging out this entire time or not.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure. I thought he went to do a reading.
Oh yeah, he was here for a bit and left and came back. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, he haunts me. No.
Well, Kevin's really good too. God, there's
Yes,
so many
he
cool
is.
people.
Yeah, no, Kevin's been awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah. Huh. Well, shall we leave it at that?
You can leave it at that, and I will be there Thursday.
Okay. Well, awesome. Yeah, wonder what I'm going to do after that. Well, next event after that, I don't know. I guess I'll figure something out. But thanks for
Yeah.
coming, and I'm sorry about the last one where I didn't get you in there.
Oh, on Wednesday or whatever day it was. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Things happen.
Yeah. So I was really glad that then you got Zena gave you a really awesome personal
I didn't even know
message
this
today.
was happening tonight. I had no clue. I was just sitting on my iPad and all I heard was this bing. So I opened it and I was like, oh, what's this?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm actually glad I tuned in because it was very different. It was different.
Yeah. Like she doesn't operate like the people. It's different than like Kevin or something like that, where it's just different. Yeah,
it is. But it was very cool.
But they're both awesome. Yeah. Well, take care, Angie, and looking forward to see you on Thursday.
You bet. Thanks again.
Yep.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Oh, you missed the Xena, Kevin. Oh, that's too bad, dude. It was so freaking amazing. But you can, if you're interested, you could tune into some of the recording and see. But it was, Xena is really cool. Phil, dude, you made a new song today? Heck yeah. Dude, you should come on and let's hear it, man. Come on and let's hear it. If you'd like. Yeah, Kevin, I think you would really enjoy watching and seeing Xena and Carol, and even just watching a little snippet. It's really, really cool. All right, sounds good, Phil. Okay, well. I guess, Kevin, unless you wanted to hop in here for a little bit, I would do that with you for a little bit. Otherwise, I think I'm going to sign off. So really, it's been about 3 hours. Yeah, sounds about right. Go for it, Kevin. I love it, Angie. That's so funny. Yeah, you could come on, Kevin, if you wanted, and I could do a little the raw channel thing for you. A little different style. Or maybe some other time we could. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it here then. Man, this was a lot. I really had a lot of fun tonight, and wow, this is awesome. I think Carol, for me too, like, is just a great role model as far as just her energy and her light and her bravery is very visible to me and so inspiring for me. And I've had the pleasure of going over to her house one time too. She lives just a little over an hour from me, so not all that far. And so, God, that was so awesome too. And yeah, it was just great having her on. And I definitely encourage any of you guys listening here to check out her spirit-led community. She does events here and there, and yeah, they're pretty nice to tune into. And then this Thursday here, I'm gonna do some live readings of some sort, and then have my friend Melissa on as well, and she's gonna do some Reiki healings and readings with people. So that's the lineup right now. And Phil, if you're still listening, we gotta hang sometime, dude. Heck yeah, man. Alrighty. That's gonna be it from me, everybody. Y'all have a good night now. Thank you for tuning in.